What's good, guys? It's your boy DB. Yes, I know I've been gone for ages as per usual. I have these weird breaks here and there. I'm working on fixing it. Don't you worry. Hopefully lots more content coming up. Expect a few collabs as well. Made a few friends in the scene. So we'll get some collabs going. But today, I'm here to talk about the recent Town Hall and give my thoughts on a few things, including the new reward cards. So let's just jump into the nitty gritty of it. So basically what they've been talking about are the new ranked reward changes coming and how they're currently in the testing stages. New reward system looks good, I've got to say. We broke it down before. I'm pretty excited about it because it's going to provide more incentive to play, and I feel Splinterlands is one of very, very few NFT games, GameFi, whatever you want to call them, play to earn games that is actually a fun game in itself. It's not just something to stick some cash into very early on, pull money out, dump it on all the new people and run off, which is generally the bad tag label that play to earn has, unfortunately. Splinterlands is a game that I enjoy as a game, so while the market's crashing and it's not particularly great for a return of investment right now, I'm still able to enjoy it as a game, and when the markets and everything recover, then I've got that additional benefit, you know. It's not that the whole game isn't hinged on the fact that there's an income or profit to be made. I just enjoy it as a game the same way that I used to play the Pokemon trading card games and Magic and stuff. So I like the fact the reward changes are going to be providing more incentive to play. The only thing that concerns me is I know it was brought up in the AMA about the number of cards being minted in these new reward cards, because let's face it, Chaos is overprinted in my opinion, as are the Chaos linked reward cards. Obviously they tried to scale it based on demand, and the fact we were in a bull market certainly didn't help kind of predict the scaling. But another thing that's also kind of thrown the calculation off is really that Splinterlands has a huge amount of bots playing it, of which it's a different demand. Bots farm cards and currency, and then you usually funnel them back to another account. Which means as a result there's too many packs, there's too many reward cards. This is my opinion. There's probably a few creators or influencers that'll argue that it's fine. I personally don't believe it is. I think in the long term we'll still be fine, because as I said, this is a game that is good as a game. Therefore eventually, organically, the player base will continue to grow as we attract actual card players who just like the fact that they can own those digital cards, in comparison to Pokemon, for example. Like me, I owned loads of cards in there which I'd got through buying actual packs and actual trainer kits and actual booster sets and actual theme decks and such, only to then kind of get bored of the game one day and now none of those cards I can do anything with nothing. You know, they're just useless. They're just sat there on an account. Whereas in this, I can always dump them if I wanted to, or hold them in hope of future gains, which is something I love about this. And I think those kind of general appeals will be attractive to players as the scene as a whole in play to earn and GameFi just starts to gain acceptance, and good games will do that. Splinterlands, Illuvium, and there's other games out there that I feel have the potential to attract. So Icons of Thea is another one. So fingers crossed. But yeah, for now I feel we're overprinted, and I was really hoping that the new reward cards, I believe it was at 5 or 10 or something along the lines they said were coming, were going to have a lower print, probably 75% of the current print, or preferably 50%, in my opinion, would have been a better one and able to allow those cards to retain value a little bit better. But they alluded that they were going to be the same, which I think is a mistake, but you know, is what it is. Hopefully the next overall major booster set will actually, I think it's pegged for January next year, right? Hopefully that will have a lower print rate, or the game will just have a much bigger actual unique player base and not necessarily bot base. So we'll see. I'm not too keen on that, although that's not been confirmed. It was just alluded to. Other news, obviously, that they've mentioned that the modern and wild development is mostly done. It'll go through once the reward changes have been pushed through, which is cool. Modern and wild is something that I'm I'm waiting to see how it affects card values and gameplay. There's a lot of wild cards that I like. My favorite dragon summoner, for example, is Delwyn. I won't be able to play him in the modern format, but I will be able to play him in wild, and it just remains to be seen. I believe both sets are having different prize pools, right? Different deck pools. It remains to be seen how saturated Modern will be. A lot of newer players will be in Modern, obviously. Newer players like myself, the majority of my card ownership is Chaos. I own some Untamed as well. I own some Dice. I own very few Beta, and I don't own any Alpha. So, but I do rent some promos that are kind of tied to Alpha and Beta. So, while I've got some cards I love in Wild, I'll most likely be more of a Modern player. And it'll just remain to be seen where the incentive is to play. If Modern is overly saturated, there may be more income and more earnings in Wild. But then a lot of early players have some really crazy cards that are too expensive for us to buy, and will likely feel more comfortable playing in Wild. It might open up Modern. It remains to be seen. It really does. And as a result, I've not made a lot of movement on Alpha and Beta cards. I'm not selling the ones I own. I'm not really picking up ones to buy right now. I just don't. It's too hard for me to predict how this will go. It really is. A lot of times I make these predictions. Those who've been watching me for a long time know that I'm quite often pretty much on the money. I won people with Luna, for example. Yeah, it's one of those ones I'm unsure on. I really am. If I was going to go for a gamble on some good earnings right now, I'm picking up Untamed starter cards. But yeah, or I'm picking up these really cheap reward cards right now that are like 1 cent, which are quite easily going to 100x in the future. There's some really good ones in there, but that's another video. They're also talking about the SPS validator nodes. My good buddy Sim is actually going in for one of these, so I'm not, although I may go in with him on one of them. I don't know. I just don't really know how profitable it's going to be, and that's a return of investment section of the game more so than the gameplay that I love. A tournament esports update. It looks like they're what are they doing? More announcements are on the way, but there's nothing there right now. All noob tournaments have been relabeled as beginners. I still feel that tournaments need some adjustment. Too many end game players are hogging them, although it looks like they're trying to alleviate that problem right now with those huge buy-ins, like 5,000 deck or something to buy in. So it's just not profitable to play in them at all. I feel that's exactly the kind of thing they need to do. You know, silver and bronze players are tired of getting beaten up by diamond and champions, quite frankly. I know I'm a silver 2 player, but my cards are pretty much bronze decks. You know, none of my summoners are above level 2, so I'm a bronze player capable of hanging in silver, and I'm getting beat on all the time by these champion players, and I'm glad to see they're trying to de-incentivize that. They need to do something, in my opinion, with the league system as well, because once again, there are people with like 1 million card power bullying their way to first and second and third in the league standings in bronze, and it's just, they need to de-incentivize that, and hopefully a new reward system is going to do something about that. What's going on in the marketing? So activate micro influencers, which is usually the best mechanic. I'm an influencer manager, so you get good return of investment on micro influencers. I don't know if I'd count. My view count's not that high because I'm new to the game, but my sub count is. So yeah, I'd probably still be a micro, wouldn't I? Potion partnership, that's all new to me. Are we finally going to be allowed to sell potions and stuff? Because my lord, I get a lot of those and I don't really open packs. I think I've opened about 55 packs, but right now, pack value, sorry if I sound nasally, I've got a cold. Pack value is not good, you know, in my opinion, unless you're pulling Kelia or a legendary, with which, you know, the drop rates are very low. You're losing money on packs right now. $4 a pop, and the card values being what they are, packs just, I would hold packs right now personally, although I'm personally also in a power acquiring stage. I've organically got to silver 2. I'm looking to push myself to gold 3, so packs aren't really my focus right now. Splinterfest being planned. Anything actual game related. A lot of this is income related and things. Looks like they're looking to further incentivize guilds arriving into play to earn. I've got one, by the way. AOK, Ashes of Korriban. Especially if you're a new player, if you're looking to join, hit me up. Drop a comment down below. Looking for players that are chatty, that are gaming focused, that can come join our group. Bulldog's there as well with an alt account. Obviously, I'm there. My buddy Sim's there. My brother's in the game as well. It's a good mix of players, mostly bronze and silver. Gold is to increase guild presence. I feel that's good because a lot of guilds in the game right now are very fragmented. There's a real there's not a dominant scene, you know. There's a handful of decent guilds, and then a lot of guilds are just kind of all over the place. AOK is really pushing to recruit and solidify and show play to earn what the guild system's like in traditional gaming. Both me and Bulldog are from traditional gaming. Most of the players that we've recruited in are from traditional gaming, so it's a very different scene to a lot of these guilds. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do and on what tools, because it's on about a Discord bot here. I'm excited to see what kind of tools they're going to give us. Games like Star Wars Galaxy Heroes and Marvel Strike Force, for example, that I'm from, fantastic tools for Discord servers and for guilds. Creative updates team is wrapping up most of the assets were needed, blah 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 blah. Deck, yeah, deck's really dropped right now, hasn't it? It's finally gone to peg. I think it dropped just below briefly. Very hard for me to hold deck right now because card prices are so low. I'm putting in a lot of bids in. I know a lot of big creators are having that same issue. They want to hold it for SPS airdrops while it's so cheap. But there's so many great cards out there. What's this? Eye Candy, new reward card. So she looks cool. I'm going for option 2. I think that's the cooler image there. 2, 1, and then 3 I don't really like. That's a pretty funky smile. New reward chests. Love the artwork. I love the new badges, by the way. They're so cool. New reward card wallpaper. What we got in here? I like him. I like me some big Bowser looking monsters. Oh, he's cool too. I'm less into the little ninja looking characters. I'm more into the monsters personally. Pokemon player, you know, so it's pretty organic, pretty natural to me. Love the animations. Hopefully they're in the game at some stage. The new Life Legendary Summoner. Oh, he looks quite cool actually. Yeah, he looks quite cool. New Earth Legendary Summoner. Doesn't really do it for me so much. A little bit more wizardy. I think that's more the World of Warcraft scene. Oh, that is cool. Yes, I like this one. Yeah, I mean, Death and Life are two splinters I'm trying to develop right now. I'm pretty new to their play. I'm more of a fire, water, dragon player personally, but yeah. I'm quite excited about his artworks. Hopefully these reward cards are not going to be minted so high. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And hopefully I haven't rambled too much in this video. Lots more videos coming, guys. Stay tuned, and until next time, we out of here.